Hey everybody, just wanted to give you guys a quick video. This is a informative virtual meeting for us. I wanted to make sure we got our points across on what we're doing moving forward uh, here at the centers. This goes for all the centers, so there's nobody specifically I'm picking on. I want to make sure that there's a few things that we touch on or we remember. So this is on video, so we can make sure you play it as many times as you need to understand and that it hits home so that we know what's going on for all of our staff members. Um, we need everyone to arrive on time. If your scheduled time to be there is a specific time, uh, try to get there, 30 seconds before you're supposed to be there, a minute before you're supposed to be there. Don't be walking the door at the time, because at that point in time, you're late, okay? And the whole time we're sitting there wondering if you're coming, if you're not coming, and that's not what we want to have done, okay? Um, have on your uniform. It's very important that we have on a uniform. That's black pants, closed-toed shoes, white t-shirts, or black t-shirts, or a black hoodie, or a white hoodie, and make sure you have your red vest on top so they can be seen on the camera, so they can be identified as a staff member with your name tag. That's very, very important. Make sure that you interact with everybody in a positive manner. If you're having a bad day, and I've said this many, many times, if you're having a bad day, then let the door be your windshield and just wipe all that away. You're here to focus on the children and make sure that their lives are good. That's why we took this position, to make sure that everything is good. Other things, we cannot, I repeat, we cannot call in on a Monday or a Friday. That doesn't give us enough time to find anybody to fill in as a staff member. And if you know, we got to have the ratios right, because think about it. When somebody calls in on you and we can't find anybody and you're stuck, think about how you feel. So don't pass that same situation on to somebody else and whatnot. Be mindful and know that if you're sick, notify the center manager as soon as possible. As soon as possible that you're not coming in. And make sure that since you are sick, make sure that you go to the doctor and come back with a doctor's note. Okay? There's many things that can get people sick or whatnot. If you feel it coming on, go ahead and start taking medicine to take care of it, because we need consistency as well as you do with your income and whatnot. Here's the thing about the rooms. I don't need anybody leaving their room, leaving the children unattended. That is very important. If you need to be relieved, use the walkie-talkie that we purchased, push the button, and request that somebody comes and relieve you. That doesn't mean you called them and they didn't come, so you go anyway. Let's make sure that we have the relief person in the room, and then that way everything is fine, everything can be good, okay? Coming back from lunch on time. Our systems in place depend on everybody. So if you come back late and the other person leaves late, then they're going to come back late, which means we're going to come back on bad schedules throughout the day. And that's not what we need, all right? Last but not least, let's not allow external issues to influence our day. Let's not allow external issues to influence how we work here in this program. This volunteer program is very pertinent to the success of many, many, many kids. Many kids that are in our areas, kids that look like us, kids whose mom and dad have it worse off than us. So we're making a big difference. Next point, let's move on. This curriculum. My first center was named A Plus Academy because I wanted to focus on the academics. But when I started focusing on the academics, I realized that there was a lot to focus on. Everybody raises their children different. Some raise them old school, new school, some don't get raised at all. But the point is, I want to get back to making sure that our curriculum is a top priority. So let's look at room 1, which is traditionally our 1s and 2s, all right? We have 2 instructional periods, okay? 2 instructional periods. Let's look at the first one, instructional period 1. During this time, which is highlighted on your daily calendar that's in your room somewhere, I want you to sing the ABCs to the students consistently. Learning is repetitious. Repetitious is learning. It's conditional. Sing the ABCs to them multiple times. Sing them fast. Sing them slow. Sing them high. Sing them low. Make sure that you encourage them to participate. Count to 10 in various ways. You can use your fingers. You can use blocks. You can use dolls. You can use eyes. You can use anything, but switch it up daily, okay? 1s and 2s. Select 3 nursery rhymes that you like and play it through YouTube. Sing along. Body parts. Review each child's body parts on a daily basis with them during this time. Don't leave anybody out. Participate with everybody. Go from everybody's eyes to their ears to the nose so they can participate. And over time, you'll see them learning. And that's part of what we're doing. There's a game called Simon Says. Everybody heard it. We're going to play a little different. Place a toy at one end of the room. Instruct one student to go get it and bring it back. Then instruct the student to sit down and wait their turn. The toy can be switched out for other items that correlate to what is being taught that day. During this time, you are conditioning the students to follow directions and instructions. It's very, very important. Very, very important. Instructional period 2. Use the butcher paper. It's big and long, and they can do whatever they want to do to express themselves. Crayons, Play-Doh, paint, projects. Use the big table to give them some space to work. Also, next point, introduce them to different things. Utilize YouTube to bring it to life. For example, Animal Kingdom. Show them a puppy. Pause the video. Pause the video of the puppy on YouTube and share the sound of the puppy. What sound does the puppy make? Let them respond. Identify the ears, the nose, because they look different on animals than they do humans. But allow them to get involved. Let them get creative. Animal Kingdom, that segment can be switched out from anything from shapes to colors and etc. Okay. Last but not least, be sure to let them get down and play with one another. That's very important. Don't get them stuck in those chairs the whole day. Let them get down and play with one another. Learning through play is instrumental. That's what you learn in early child education when you sit in the class and you're like, wow, you can learn through play. The truth is you absolutely can. And so therefore we must give them that opportunity. Practice exercises such as sitting in a circle, lining up, train walks, follow the leader, finger to face, barrel rolls, ball play, free play, and more. It's very, very important. The key to learning this age is repetition and exposure. And as a teacher, it's important not to get bored. Remain excited, remain engaged, and learn to teach the little ones everything that you've already mastered. Bottom line. So those are our 1s and 2s, all right? Our 3s and 4s are a little bit different. Instruction period 1 consists of identifying letters, colors, shapes, and numbers. Notice I said identifying. That means you already showed them to them and sung them to them earlier, but now let's get into the fact of identifying. Use the whiteboard to teach from. Play YouTube videos to support your teachings. Get creative. Tracing our names. We'll have those out so that you'll be able to trace those on a daily basis. Tracing letters, tracing shapes, tracing colors is very important. Next, worksheet use. This is when you get your worksheet involved. The teacher sits all the kids down, share one aspect of the worksheet with them. For example, discuss the letter. Let's say, for example, it's a picture of a snowman for them to color. Discuss the letter S. Have them make the sound, enunciate it, use the multiple words. You understand what I'm saying? Or the color. If the color that you're using for that week is red, keep showing them red balls, red pieces of paper, a red hat, a red doll. It doesn't matter. But use the actual subject for the day to make it happen. Have each child walk to you and say the letter of the animal, name, or whatever you choose as a teacher. Have them return to the seats and make sure you tell them good job. But my point is to be active and interactive with them and be structured with what we're going through. Go through other aspects of the worksheet until it's time to color them. So, for example, if it's a picture of a snowman and he has a hat, then talk about the hat. If it's a picture of a snowman and he has 3 circles, use the number 3 and help them count the circles. And bring them down each one and have them go 1, 2, 3 and keep it moving. Instructional period 2 worksheet used for our 3s and 4s look like this. Review the worksheets with all the students. Ask questions to enhance engagement. For example, what is this? And they'll say a snowman. And then you say snowman. And you say, what letter does it start with? And they go like, oh, no, I say S. And then you go back to the S. It's basically reiterating what you just said. Ask questions to enhance engagement. Talk about the snow. Talk about winter. Talk about cold. Get them to give you words because guess what? They're talking. Students complete the worksheets at this time. That means they get to color, work on their gross motor skills with their fingers on how to hold these crayons and this, that, and the other. If time permits, allow the students to turn the worksheet over and draw. Shape of the week. Bring that back into the picture. Letter of the week, their name or the number of the week. All these things will be put down on the bottom part of the paper where it says shape of the week, color of the week, number of the week. It's probably backwards, but you get the point. And last but not least are 2s and 3s. 2s and 3s are very difficult because guess what? They're in the process of not knowing how to talk versus can tell you everything on their mind. So you have to be patient with them. You have to be understanding that they are developing at a very, very fast rate. So when it comes to discipline, you have to do a lot of redirection. Redirection is if they're focused on this, get them focused on something else. Timeout is very important. Timeout is to be implemented based on their behavior. It's supposed to create a gap between what they want to do and what they need to do. And timeout is a very helpful transition. And just make sure that it's not over their age limit. For example, if you got a 3-year-old, they get 3 minutes. If you got a 2-year-old, they get 2 minutes. Don't put them in the corner forever. But let's get into the instructional period 1, which is isolated and found on your schedule. Sing the ABCs 3 times to the students in various ways. High, low, clap it out, sing it out, do it in a different voice they might like it, and encourage them and reward them to participate. Give a lot of attaboys and data girls and way to goes and high fives. They love it. And I guarantee you that their discipline and their behavior will improve. Count to 10 and up in various ways. Use blocks, use your fingers, use toys, use Legos, use anything. Make it fun as long as you're counting. Make them do it in unison. Then work with student individually, and guess what? That passes the time, okay? Therefore, you're not focused on this is boring, or I need a break, or I'm tired, I'm worn out. The kids care about what you're doing. Worksheet use. Play these games. First class. First class is a game that I thought about. Teacher sits down, all the kids down, okay? Share one aspect of the worksheet with them. Again, let's use the snowman. For example, discuss the letter S or the color white or the actual subject on the paper, okay? Have each child walk to you and say the letter and animal or name or whatever you choose as a teacher, and have them return to their seat and make sure you tell them good job and attaboy and that's the way to go, girl, all those different things. But go through various aspects of the worksheet until it's time for them to color them. That's very important. After that, let them have a little fun. Instructional period 2. Reintroduce the worksheet to them to color on the worksheet. During this time, introduce a shape to them or drawing on the shape of the back. Have them tell you what it is during another time or enjoy another game of first class. Everything that I wrote or said in this video is written down on these sheets. It's not hard to do. It's very easy to follow, and I guarantee you it'll make your day a whole lot better. This is being implemented at all the centers. This is for our auxiliary people. Auxiliary people, you got to get familiar with all these different things. They're going to overlap. But my point is, for example, for a 1-year-old, you wouldn't sit there and enunciate S's and T's just like that for an infant. There's different things that you'd identify. So check that out and look at it. But my auxiliary person, I need them to be trained on how to print out the worksheets that we need. Up under the bin in Northport, there are several different cages for you to put the worksheets in. Ms. Gator will get with you on that one. The one in Northport, you can look up under the desk in the front room and see those cages there where all the worksheets can be put in place. Go to 1, 2, 3. You'll type it on the computer to pop up. You see it. You go through a different category. For example, winter, summer, new to school, this, that, and other, and find the worksheet portion. If you can't find it by scrolling, press Control F and W, O-R-K, and it'll find worksheets. And just go through them and print out the ones that are most suitable for learning, the ones that are most beneficial. And let's stay on that for about a week, or maybe sometimes the whole month. But more than likely, let's stay on the same week so that we can be consistent in what we're doing. If you have any questions, go back to the sheet. If you have any questions, go back to your daily schedule. If you have any question about breaks, this and the other, everything flows through your center manager. They are basically my bosses because they have to work there with you all, and everyone needs to be happy, okay? So always contact your center manager first about any concern or issue that you have, because the only thing I'm going to do is go back to them anyway. If y'all have any questions, y'all know where to go. Thank you so much for everything that y'all do for these babies, and thank you for helping me. You know I love you and I appreciate you. Real talk. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good day.